everyone, Mimsy here. I'm going to show you how to make an envelope style pillow today, which is the easiest type of pillow you can make. You can actually do this pillow without sewing a stitch. I will be sewing this one, but you could do the whole thing with hem tape. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, and you've got to pick out fabric. I'm using this vintage velvet that I purchased a few years ago. It's leftover, and I love the color, and I think it'll be really pretty at Christmas time next to my colorful Christmas tree or next to my piano, which will be next to my Christmas tree. So this is what I'm gonna use. I am actually gonna make this a lumbar style pillow, so I'm gonna cut it here, and it'll be a long pillow. And I decided that because of the way this is how much fabric I've got left. So the front piece of fabric will obviously be whatever size you decide to cut it. The back piece of fabric, you're gonna cut it into two pieces and one's gonna overlap over the other, and you'll see how I do this now. So let me go ahead and cut my fabric to the sizes that I need, and here we go. Okay, so the front piece of your fabric you cut to your desired size plus your seam allowance, which is probably about 1/2 inch or 5/8. And then the back piece needs to be two separate pieces, and those two separate pieces need to be a total of about 6 to 8 inches longer than the front so that you have space to overlap them and put in a hem. All right, so now I've got all my pieces cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and pin them in order to prepare to sew this together. So this part here is going to be the leading edge. So this is the part that you'll see when the pillow is turned the correct way. And then this will be the underneath part. So I'm gonna fold this so that I just have a nice finished edge here as well, even though this part is gonna be on the inside of the pillow. So when you stuff your pillow in, you'll kind of open up this part here and stuff your pillow in there. Now, if I was using a cotton or a linen or something like that, I would go ahead and make a double hem here like this so that this fabric is completely enclosed. And actually, I think I'll probably do that with this anyway. At first, I thought because the velvet is so thick that I may not do that, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. So I'll double hem this so I don't have any raw edges on this part. And I will put a hem here, and I will also go ahead and double hem this part. So I'm gonna do it like that, and then this part I'll do like this, so that these two pieces are not right on top of each other. You want them to overlap, because otherwise when the bulk of the pillow gets in here, it'll pull this open a little bit, and you don't want that pillow insert to show through. So that's why you want these two pieces to overlap like this. Okay, so let me go ahead and pin this all. I'll take two back pieces to the sewing machine and sew these hems, and then I will pin this all together. Okay, so I've got the hems in both sides of the back of my pillow. So now I'm gonna pin all the way around. So I like to have my opening offset, not right in the center of the back, because I want the fullest part of the pillow, it crowns in the center. Your pillow crowns in the center, so that's the fattest part right in the center. And I would rather have my seam a little bit off center so that it's not pulling that seam apart. The crown of the pillow is not going to be pulling it apart. So I like to put my opening a little bit to the side on an envelope pillow. Plus I just like, aesthetically, I like for my opening to be off to the side. I don't want it right in the center. That's just personal preference. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and pin this, and then I will sew around all the edges and we'll be finished. And this can totally be done with seam tape and your iron. You can buy Stitch Witchery and go ahead and just lay that down in between your two layers and iron it, and you'd be done. And you could do the same Stitch Witchery iron-on hem tape for these hems as well, and that would be just fine. You probably could not do that with velvet because it doesn't iron well, but with a thinner fabric, a linen or a cotton, you could definitely do that. So let's start pinning. Okay, so I've got my pillow sewn all together, and I'm gonna go ahead and clip the corners without clipping into the seams, obviously. And you might notice that I like to try to taper my corners a little bit on the edges so that I don't get dog ears a whole lot. So rather than making this a complete 90-degree angle, if you taper in a little bit on your corners, you get less of a dog ear on each corner. So I like to try to do that. All right, so let's see how this came out, and then we will stuff it and see it in its home. Okay, so go ahead and push those corners out. You can use some sort of an instrument, a pencil or something like that, or just your finger, and push that out as much as you can. Flip this side around. And if this was cotton or linen, you would definitely want to press your seams, but because this is a vintage velvet, I will not be pressing it. Okay, so there we go. There's my bolster envelope style pillow. I could probably afford to trim those seams up a little bit on the inside. Take out the loose. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's what the back of your envelope pillow looks like. We're gonna open this up and stuff our pillow in there. It's not gonna be easy, but we'll stuff it in there. But that's what it looks like. So this seam is on off to the side. So let's stuff it and see the finished product. So stuffing an envelope style pillow is a little like wrestling an alligator. That's why I generally don't make envelope style pillows. I'll usually put in a zipper pillow, and I have a tutorial on that as well, and I'll link to it above. But this is a super simple project. You can do it.